Well, now to a violent confrontation in Utah. A man accused of making violent threats against President Biden was shot and killed by FBI agents at his home yesterday. They were trying to serve an arrest warrant on the man for allegedly threatening to kill U.S. government officials. So Weijia Jiang is joining us now from the White House with more on this. It's quite a tale, Weijia. So first off, let's start with just how everything unfolded in terms of the raid and how he sort of ended up on their radar.
Well, he was on the FBI's radar for quite some time now. In fact, agents actually visited Craig Robertson's house back in March because he was very prolific about posting on social media. And it was his postings on Monday, Anne-Marie, that led law enforcement to his house yesterday. We still know very little about what actually sparked the confrontation and the shooting. The FBI continues to investigate that. But we do know that special agents were trying to serve him a warrant as a result of those postings. He essentially said that he could not wait for Joe Biden to die. He even laid out, what he was looking for in terms of his clothing, a very specific camouflage suit. He said he was going to dust off his sniper rifle. And so, those were very alarming posts that led the FBI to his home. And then that's when the confrontation unfolded. We do have neighbors and witnesses of that raid who tell CBS News that there were a lot of armed men there, that they heard a lot of flashbangs. And you can see here on the screen right now some of those postings I was talking about. So they certainly have a wealth of evidence to sift through, because again, this suspect, Craig Robertson, posted a lot about his hopes and intentions, not only to kill President Biden, but several other prominent officials and leaders, including the vice president.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about. You sort of understand why the FBI felt like this was a pressing moment. He's making a threat against President Biden, and President Biden is visiting his state. But this suspect had a history of posting threats. What more do we know about sort of his background and some of the other things that he had said?
Well, the FBI is still putting all of that together as part of their investigation. But we do know that he also has mentioned wanting to, or he has made threats against the people who are leading investigations, whether they are criminal or civil, against former President Donald Trump. We know that Craig Robertson calls himself a MAGA Trumper and that he has made specific threats against the officials in New York City who are working on charges potentially against President Trump, in addition to the ones that he already faces in the hush money payments. He also threatened Attorney General Merrick Garland. So this is an avid supporter of Trump. He also called himself a Democrat-eradicator. And so, of course, the timing of this can't be ignored, that we are in the middle of, an election that is ramping up. And the climate, of course, as we talk about all the time, is as polarizing and tense as ever, Anne-Marie.
Just out of curiosity, any reason why the FBI would investigate this versus, the Secret Service? Is it because of the firearms?
I think it's the substance of what he was posting. And, clearly these are U.S. officials. These are the Attorney General of the United States, the Vice President, the President. And so it makes sense that, they were the ones who were leading the charge here and serving, or trying to, I should say, serve this warrant that ended, of course, with Craig Robertson shot and killed.
Weijia Jiang, thank you very much.
You're welcome.